Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Welcome back, y'all. Today we are beginning issue 37 on our Ghostbusters Ecto-1 build. And issue 37 only has 2 stages. So I'm thinking we're almost done. I think this is the penultimate stage. But this stage is 139. We have our parts. Let's take a look at what we got and continue with this build. And here are the parts we get with this issue. And my lord, what a load of parts. There's a lot of them here. All right, we've got roof rack inlet. We've got roof rack rear box. We got heat sink. We got half dome directional dish. We have the directional antenna. We've got the half dome upper fixing bracket, mounting plate, lower fixing bracket, and the axle. We've got storage tube left and right. We've got 2 of the storage tube ends, 3 fixing strips, and a couple of decals for the half dome, along with a mess of screws. All right. We're gonna bring this puppy out, and we're gonna get our roof rack rear box here. We're gonna line it up. You can see all the holes here, and they will line up with the holes on this. So nice and easy. And we're not gonna put a screw into every hole, but there are ones that are in line, and we're gonna be using 12 EP screws with the white heads to hold everything in place. Let me get this out of the way so that we can work in peace. There you go. Should look a little something like that when it's done. Watch out for the one down here. That is by far the most difficult due to clearance, but I mean, it's a fairly simple task here. I think 12 screws might have been a little overkill, so I don't know if they were just going for accuracy or what. But let's move on. All right, next up, we're gonna take the inlet here, and I don't think it matters in terms of the build. I'm not sure what is accurate. It looks like the upper portion of the vent is actually facing the rear, so it should go like this. Right about here. It is not keyed as far as I can tell, so it can go either way, which is actually a little unfortunate. But we're going to be using 8 RP screws around the edge to hold it in place. All right, should look like that when you're done. And now we're gonna take the heat sink here. There's 2 posts, 2 holes. There's a 3rd hole here that's gonna line up with this. And we're gonna use a silver EP screw to hold it in place. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, next up we're gonna be applying the decal. But first we gotta get this thing soaked, so we're gonna put it in water for about 30 seconds or so. All right, we're gonna be putting it onto the half dome here. Make sure that that post here is on the bottom, or I should say underneath. We're gonna line this along the bottom edge as best we can. And it should look a bit like this when you're done. I'm gonna give this a minute to dry before we move on to the next step. All right, I don't think it's fully dry yet, but hopefully it is enough for us to continue our works. Coming back to the underside, we've got our post here, and we have the circular mount here. I'm basically just gonna slide this mount right over the post, I believe. Is it keyed in some way? Oh, it is keyed. Okay. I don't see where, but it only seems to go this far in one way. So we'll go ahead and we'll get that in, and we're going to use a AAP screw to hold it in place. All right, there it is. Look at that. All right, now we're going to take what is this? The directional dish thing? Directional antenna, sorry. Notice there's a little hole there and a tiny little hole right there. Well, this is going to go inside like that. And we're going to use a EP screw to hold it in place. This is going to be one of the black EP screws. Look at that. Awesome. Alright, next up, we're going to take the fixing plate here. Notice there's a flat edge to the center post here. Make sure that it's facing downwards. Okay, so it should go on like this. And we're going to use 2 black EP screws to hold it in place. Alright, and with that in place, we're going to take the lower mounting bracket here. We're going to put it in like this, and 2 more EP screws to hold that in place. Look at this. Now we've got one more piece that says half dome axle here, and it's got a little pin and a little hole. We're just going to push fit this one right in here. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, well, we're going to take 2 more black EP screws. We're going to put it on this thing. Yeah, okay. So, the axle base here is going to go into that slot that's right there. And I know it's not showing up too well on camera, but there are actually 3 holes here. And there are 2 holes and a pin right in the center of this. That pin will go in the center hole. The axle will go in the lower slot there. Look at that. Ooh. Try not to twist this. Holy crap. Okay. And with this in place, make sure the holes line up. We'll use 2 EP screws to hold it in place. Look at this beauty. Look at this thing. Rotates just fine. Looks gorgeous. Love it. Love it. All right. Let's see what's next. All right, for this next bit, we're going to take the storage tube front. We're going to flip it over. And we've got the ends here, which will go in. That's odd. See, it's supposed to have EP screws going in here, but I don't know what they would attach to. Okay, weird. I guess we're gonna use the rear. So, instruction malfunction, I guess. But you can see there's a little slot here. Make sure this barrier is low. So you go like that. And we're gonna put a black EP screw in there and do the same for the other side. All right, look at that. With that in place, we're going to take the other end. Not sure it matters, but we're going to fit it on just like this. Perfect. Got 3 holes, and we're going to use LP screws in all 3 of those holes. Look at this. Beautiful. Now we got to attach it to the side of this. It's going to go on the empty side here, and it's actually going to go on just like the oxygen tanks did. So we've got 3 sections here where these clips are going to go. So, and we've got 2 posts on the back for these center holes, so we know it'll be lined up just right, just like this. And get a clip in, and we'll use KP screws for the top and bottom of each clip, so 6 screws coming up. All right, y'all, look at that. It looks gorgeous. Look at this. This whole thing is just amazing. All right. Well, we are one stage closer to the end. And if I'm right, the next video is going to be the final piece of the puzzle, and we're going to have us in a completed Ecto-1. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have a great day.